Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
Oh, I need to be careful.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
The hero and the princess, here we are again. What do I do? What do I do? I need to be really careful. Do I literally repeat what I just did? Because there was options greyed out. Silently continue to the cabin. Let's just do the same again. I'm here to save you lie. No, I don't want to do that. Just checking in on you. I've lost the option.
Don't be a stranger. It's been
Hi!
so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
What's your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
She doesn't know her name. She doesn't know her name. That's worse. She doesn't actually know her name.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted.
And
go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
so, that would kind of make sense from the entity point of view, because why would they name themselves if they have no one to talk to? They would just think of themselves as themselves. They wouldn't need a name. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. I found the first person you've seen in a while. What have you been eating or drinking? Wow, I could really go down this route, couldn't I? I was sent to slay you. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what... No. I'm sorry, but I can't trust you. This doesn't add up. And it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. I need to be really careful. I'm trying to get a really nice version of the entity. I could be really wrong. I could be setting up the most empathetic person that destroys the world anyway, and they just feel a little bit bad about it. Let's go down the sort of avoiding the conversation about the end of the world or me leaving her or killing her. How have you survived? You know, like, are you okay? Go down the route of being concerned for her welfare.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
You're very evasive. That's not helping me.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
I'm just checking in to see that she's okay.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
I don't know anything about you, for all I know. I was sent here to slay you. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you've been locked up here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Okay, what was it?
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
Yeah?
You have all the explanation
I don't.
you need.
Shut up.
You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I don't have a lot of options left. I'm literally getting pigeonholed into something bad, so I think I have to reveal to her that I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. ... So let's just... I've got extra text, but I don't actually think you're dangerous, but I wanted to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe. I'm starting to think it's true. There's something about you that doesn't feel right, but I don't actually think you're dangerous.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world.
I think. I
I
mean,
don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
it kind of goes back to my theory of the fact that the entity's been sort of ripped apart and locked away.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
No. But it does happen when you leave. I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret. No, they don't. No, which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous. Yes.
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally
I'll
come
find out
round.
at the end of the game that he has been the correct way to play this game. And I should have just followed the narration.
Thank you for believing me.
I've tried to. Examine the chains, I'll see what I can do. I still have a few more questions. No, let's just try and get her out.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall.
I don't have the blade.
Give them a tug.
She'll bite herself out?
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Okay.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
I don't.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe there's a key lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
Yeah.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click
She's
of a
gonna
lock
chew herself out
sliding
of-
into
okay.
place. Is someone else here?
Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
I don't trust you, dude. I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody. I don't even trust myself at this stage.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
They did.
There's
that-
a slight panic rising in the
Which
princess's
means that
voice.
you would trust me because I've been locked in down here until I do what I'm supposed to do. Or you'd be frightened that I'd go through with it to get myself out.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could
Right.
force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you.
It's the deck.
The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
There was a part of me that was thinking that I would only have this choice.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally, the wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room
I'm gonna
and
be
meets your
killed
eyes
really
with the ferocity
dramatically
of a
now.
cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
And it's this dialogue, it's this back and forth dialogue. I just don't know. I really don't know.
I thought we had the upper hand, but
The entity
it's as
is
if
the
she's
answer.
barely even threatened by us.
All these individual perspectives of her are not the end result. The end result is the answer if I've done this right.
It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt.
Oh, but she can.
I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Run for the... Give up. I don't get the option to slay her this time. So there was 3 options last time where I could continue the attack. So I could give up. Run for the stairs the coward's way. I think I will give up.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job.
This might give me a better version of the witch, if that's the next section.
The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room.
Wait a minute.
Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness.
Shining?
Unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
The beast. Okay. It's not the witch. She's gonna kill me again. Let's proceed. Oh, but then there's so many different lines of dialogue, and I don't know. Okay. No. Which, no. Going home. Had enough of this. Proceed to the cabin. I need to be resolute.
A warning.
No.
She will lie
No.
as a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
The voice of the hunted is new.
I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
After all that, maybe. The voice of the hunted is more like me than I would care to admit. Where are we? The beast. What are we going to see?
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Right, okay.
The blade is your implement.
Take the blades, approach the mirror, right, let's, again, stick to how I wanted to do it. I was kind of stuck with the lack of options to take me to this, but then the game has been clever to do that, to make me go this way. So enter the basement without the blade is how I want to do this.
No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk.
It doesn't matter what she thinks, it's what we have to prove.
I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it.
No, it's not. And if she kills us again, we get the next chapter, whatever that is, and we do it again and again and again until we get the one where she realizes we never wanted to do this. Hopefully.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
Oh, what's she gonna look like?
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral.
She was feral at the end of that. Her eyes glowed.
Impatient. Or maybe eager.
Yeah.
You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of
This
a
is
starlit
cool.
pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
Okay.
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
No, she's not.
She is certainly not just a princess.
She is going to be menacing. I can feel it.
You're not helping.
I love the fact that they've hidden her from view. My imagination is doing all sorts of wonderful things. Every great horror film that you've ever watched, they kept it, due to budget reasons mostly, the monster or whatever it is that's haunting or is hidden from view till the very end, and even when it's revealed, it's not as powerful as what it could have been as your imagination.
It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
Hi.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling.
Fledgling.
You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
We've established this.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Where? Don't you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine. You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. We don't have to kill each other. You know that. Stand still. Stand your ground. This is what my thought process is. Stand still.
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous, the princess, lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it?
I envisioned that happening differently.
Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
What?
You are in a dark and caustic place.
Ah!
A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
I get the option to slay her from within, or I accept my fate, I think is what's going to happen here.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
Who said that to you? Like, I'm just bathing in a pool. Who said that? I'm curious. I need to know as I'm being slowly digested.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal.
Is she getting out?
And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards. the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
I am so lost.
And then it was gone. And I was here. A new enclosure. A nicer cage. But still a prison.
So wait a minute, this is not based on what she's done just now. This is based on what she's done. She ate my heart?
I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Oh, right, okay. So instead of killing me, we are one until I die inside her.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive
That's
again?
evil.
Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
Oh, this game has completely changed. Like, oh, right, okay, but can you talk to the cat? Let's just ask questions before we. You could have asked me before swallowing me alive. Claw and bite. Fine, you can leave. You can leave. Just let me go. Wait for death. Ah. Can you talk to the cabin? Find out who she's been talking to.
I understand it. And it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this.
No.
We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
You could have asked me for swallowing me alive. You need me to want to free you, don't you? You can't force me to let you out of here. Just because I want freedom doesn't mean I want to give you yours. Fine, you can leave. You can leave, but just let me go. This version of her isn't good though. I'm really worried. I am really worried that this version is not good, and if I wait for death, I get a new chapter.
Bad. This is a bad thing to do.
What a horrible way to go!
Your will dissolves along with your flesh. You let go and pathetically await your death, every burning second dragging on until you're reduced to a wet pile of bone and gristle.
Yes, I know, but I know what I'm doing. I think I know what I'm doing. I think I know what I'm doing.
You'll do better next time.
But she's making me want to kill her so bad.
Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they
She
melt in
ate
their
me, dude.
sockets.
She ate
Everything
me.
goes dark.
What is she going to be now? Some Chapter 3, The Wild.
We are a path in the woods. We
What?
have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
What is with my cursor? I've got chills.
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
I've been consumed and I'm hearing her thoughts.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that
That's the
cannot
narrator she's
be
talking about.
grasped.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. That's the narrator she's describing.
He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do?
My cursor's changed!
Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
That's just because she devoured us and we dissolved away. We don't even exist as a body anymore. We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better?
Where am I?
She ate you,
Yeah.
and now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
So wait a minute. Ooh, right. I'm stuck as one with the vessel. There's still the entity that we will connect to. So then I will have a part of me in the entity.
I guess that's it then. This is us now. We're the woods. Okay.
I can ask about the narrator. Why are you being nice to me? Yeah, that is I feel the pressure of the outside pushing in on us. What are we supposed to do? This is how we're supposed to be, but what do we do now? Is it kind of like... Imagine if you split into hundreds of versions of yourself, and to get your power back, or to become your true self, you needed to claw them all back together and be one. And one of them went rogue and realized that they could be something themselves, and they combine themselves with something else. Is this what this is? Whatever we are right now is an abomination, and I want out. I don't like this. I'm supposed to be me, and you're supposed to be something that isn't me. Okay, you, narrator. How do I stop her? Do nothing. I can't go anywhere. Right, okay. This thing is watching us. What is he?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
Correct.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
The narrator for the whole game has been the evil one.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
But now I'm more powerful than we could ever imagine.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together.
I don't know.
She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
I've had enough of this guy. How do we stop him? Okay, let's say I want to stop her. What do I do? I feel like I can't do much of anything right now. Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being like this. Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me? Okay, let's ask that question, because that is pretty... I mean, the way I thought it was going to go, which is why I was a bit shocked, was that I was kind of hoping she was going to charge, and me standing my ground confidently and not flinching would make her second guess her choices. Like, if I ran, she would just maul me to death, was my thought. So if I stood my ground, it would make her wonder why I'm standing my ground. That didn't happen. And now we're here. That didn't happen. So here we are. Okay. Let's see. I feel the pressure. No. I want to know why you ate. I know why you ate me. You thought that was the way of you escaping. You were being selfish in that. Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me? How will she define herself though with me? Regardless of me, why you be? Didn't you eat me is the irrelevant bit. Aren't you a monster? What will she refer herself to?
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Oh my God.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
Oh fuck.
I can feel a thumping, a heartbeat, like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Oh my God.
Don't look at it!
Oh, what? This is not where I thought this was going. Gaze at the terror in your heart, bury it now before it's too late. I don't trust this.
Please, don't make us remember how I was.
How?
And just like that, you start to fall apart. I can remember it now. I didn't like being
Yeah.
I'd forgotten how much it burned. And the air was so hard to breathe. But she didn't care. She didn't care at all. As you remember the terror and pain you felt at the hands of the princess, you start to remember something else, too.
What did I remember?
You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
I'm the finger again.
I don't like this. It's better for us to be the woods. I don't want to go back.
No, I devoured you. I won. I put things back the way they were supposed to be.
You won? Supposed to be? What am I?
Some division, when sown, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole.
The cabin eats me?
And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be. At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
I don't know. Have I fumbled my way here?
I feel empty, don't you?
We're just like her, and she's just like us. We never should have left her.
Her heart is exposed. Is this the end?
I feel safe. She isn't dangerous anymore. We could leave her. We could both live. Do we have to do this? You have to. You know you have to.
I never wanted to kill you, not really, but we can't be the same thing as each other. I have to put an end to whatever happened to us, cut her free, or slay the princess.
You devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming. And that other thing is... We'll just have to wait and find out when it happens. Ignore him. His words only confuse us. Just do it. You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm... Fine. Whatever. You cut cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Good luck getting her out of here.
I think we are happy, actually. We might not be a part of her, but being around her is almost
This is so
the same.
weird.
Almost.
I didn't think you would do that after everything.
But that was my goal from the beginning.
It's so cold without you.
That was so surreal.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror?
Right. Approach the mirror. I approach the mirror.
This doesn't.
Yeah.
That thing reeks of death.
It reeks of death.
I don't want to look at us.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Right, I am probably burnt, melted. I'm completely disfigured. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror almost makes them leave, but you need to see what is in it. You are nothing at all, and my cursor has changed again. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see a figure, a faint, veiled in shadow just beyond that reflection. Am I a raven? Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
I don't. Oh. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass into. I am him? And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. And then another. Okay. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if we look away and start asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. You're the one that wanted me to steal the princess. Why? I've met you many times. Have you been... I've met you many times. Have you been the same you all along? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? What is this place? Where are we? I don't know!